Well, thank you very much. It happens that this is the second NGO here that is on the panel, the grassroots NGO amongst academic and politicians. So I'm very glad that we also as civil society actors ended up here in this conference. Just a couple of words to Citizens for Europe. As a grassroots NGO based in Berlin, we're working on the issues of citizenship in combination with migration and political participation issues. We don't do research, we do more or less guerrilla activities to change political opinion or political perception and public opinion. We do conferences sometimes as well, publications as well, but mainly we use windows of opportunities to change things, and we use outcomes that academia is producing and to translate these outcomes into language other people understand and also to translate it in actions. Before getting a little bit deeper into a couple of projects that might fit in here, I'd like to step a couple steps back and having a look on the program. We're here in a Dissemination Conference. That is what the title suggests, and the subtitle for this panel is Promote Political Participation. I'm not sure how far we get with any of those two so far the last couple of days. Talking about dissemination obviously means spreading information, spreading results, but it also matters to whom you spread it. It's advisable to spread it to people who are responsive to the information you spread and that can actually do work with it. And if I have a look on the list of participants, this is a quite impressive list of people that were supposed to show up here or also showed up. But I lack really civil society actors. And I believe that unfortunately you bet too much on the wrong target group. Perhaps that could be changed next time. Anyway, the objective of this dissemination, as I understand it, is also, of course, to use the results that have been produced to trigger change. And of course, change finally will be implemented and triggered also by politicians. But from own experience, working very closely with politicians on different levels, I can tell you they don't move a lot if there's no public pressure or political pressure. So once you have in mind that you want to use your results that are valuable, a lot of that is valuable for to inform policies and also to inform civil society work. And take a little bit care that you also get civil society actors on board, because they're your natural allies. I mean, civil society actors do have the capacity to create a momentum in which policies can be changed and in which politicians are able to change their mindset and to put in policy changes that otherwise wouldn't have come. So yeah, don't leave out the civil society as much as you did here now. And I know it's an attempt that you're trying to get them in, but civil society, really those associations working on the ground, on citizenship issues, on practical daily life, they really appreciate this information that we produce because it legitimizes also the work we do. We're going out as an idealistic, visionary civil society organization to street actions and campaigns, but when confronted with politicians or media, of course, it's good to have some empirical knowledge and empirical data on which you can ground your arguments. So I plead for a closer collaboration between those two. Then coming to what we're doing in Citizens for Europe and how that might be connected to your observatory and everything what we have debated here. We are doing strict campaigns. One is, for example, that this year in autumn, we did a symbolic election for 500,000 non-citizens in Berlin. Those are citizens that do not hold the German nationality, and they were not allowed to participate in the regional elections for the mayor. So we set up 18 voting ballots all over the city, with more than 100 NGOs for 1 week, and several thousand migrants did go there and vote. And within a week, we did it just 1 week before the real election. Within a week, this topic became crazy, and the media debated, and crazy debated among politicians. And you could see political parties taking away their old billboards and putting up new billboards with this topic we put on the agenda. And you would see that all political parties somehow claim that voting rights for migrants is up on their agenda, and even the conservatives not claiming that, they say access to citizenship needs to be eased. So we have there created a momentum of political change. We're now in Berlin. We're pretty close to political change. And also this, again, this campaign we did there was also informed by outputs of science, of MyPACs, also EUDO citizenship. So we use the information that you produce and somehow reformulate them as arguments so we can confront them to politicians and claim, look, in other countries or other communities in Europe, that it works that way, and those were the outcomes. So, yeah, I hope to see more of that. But when talking about promoting political participation, granting rights is only the first step. We have seen in our daily work that even though with a symbolic election you pretend that people have the voting right, that people actually go to vote is a very difficult task, and giving the right is only the first step. Because especially migrants that have long lived in the hosting country might have never voted before, or have never been confronted with political questions because they have been neglected for more than 40 or several decades. So they've been integrating well in cultural and economic and social way of life, but not in the political demos. So once you set up electoral rights, don't expect that everybody is crazy about running to the polls and casting the vote, because I mean, they never have been motivated to get acquainted with political subjects, how decision is being made in the parliament. So they enter a complete new world, and that takes some time. And after implementing rights, it's a phase of education. Education amongst them, education vice versa. So promoting political participation is a lot about face-to-face discussions. It's a lot about to go out to the streets and explain or tell people and integrate them in discourses out of which they have been excluded so far. As we have now here MEPs, and with that I also give the word further, I'd like to know from the MEPs who are here present now, also on this table, is having in mind that this panel is called Promoting Political Participation. How do you, in your work, feel that you have the capacity to promote it, and how are you using such outcomes that are produced by this citizenship observatory? So I would be happy if you concentrate your speech a little bit on that. And yeah, thank you.